All right, and our friend Kathy is here in the kitchen. Kathy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fantastic because it's Christmas Eve. You got to be in a good mood, right?
I know. Do you have all your shopping completed?
As we were talking about, a few more things.
Few more things.
And
Okay.
then I'm good, but I know what I'm after, so I'm going to get it done today.
Good deal.
Getting it done in the kitchen this morning. What are we going to make?
We're going to do clam linguine this morning. A little bit of a different take on Christmas time. I know sometimes we all go to these parties and we have the same things and
Right.
after party, and so sometimes it's nice just to change it up a little bit right before the big day.
Just to throw a curveball in the mix.
Just to throw a curveball.
I like it. So, what are the ingredients we're using to make this clam linguine this morning?
Well, as you can smell, we're going to have a good bit of garlic in this dish. It's got garlic. It makes your whole house smell great, and everybody wants to come to the dinner table when you get through cooking this.
Oh, yeah, I love garlic.
But we're going to have garlic. We've got some butter that we're starting to brown here. We have, of course, our linguine noodles, some fresh parsley, some fresh clams, and some clam juices that are going to go in this, as well as several spices. We're going to pretty much, the sauce is the main part of it. Everybody knows how to make noodles, I hope. We're going to cook our noodles al dente, which is basically the least amount of cooking you can do to get them soft. You don't want to overcook them and have them too mushy for this dish. So we're going to start with that and start with we're going to add some garlic to this butter, and we're going to get the butter to where it's browned, but you don't want to get your garlic burned. If you burn the garlic, it will make your whole dish taste very bitter. So you have to really do it slow and watch it carefully.
Oh, okay. So how do we know about that? We just kind of watch it and we don't want it to get too dark, I guess?
Right, correct. We're going to add this garlic to this butter, and you kind of stir it on low. I have it on very low temperature right now, maybe 2 or 3 on your dial, and then kind of watch it as it goes. The garlic will start to brown up a little bit, but if you start getting too dark on the garlic, you need to turn it off and take it off the heat.
All right.
And then your butter will look brown as well.
Well, I tell you what, why don't we get all that started when we come back for our next segment here in the kitchen, clam linguine. Like you said, it's something a little bit different for the holidays. I like it. We're going to keep working on it throughout the show here on Studio 10.
Welcome back to Studio 10. We are in the kitchen with Kathy Matter. We are making a clam linguine.
Yes.
And you are making me want to have dinner for breakfast, Kathy.
It smells good in here, doesn't it?
It does. So we got started making our sauce, right, in the first segment.
Right. We were talking with Joe, and he was asking, how do you know where your butter and your garlic's supposed to be? Because he said, I was telling him that if you get your garlic burned, it'll make the whole dish bitter, so you don't want to burn it. So what I was going to show when I came back, this is actually browned butter, and if you can see the kind of little brown things down there in the pot. And then you've got your garlic. It's brown, but it's not black. If it's black, you need to throw it out.
Okay.
It won't taste good.
Okay.
And what we're going to add here to go ahead and make our sauce is we're going to add 2 jars of just clam juice, just regular clam juice, to our this is going to start making the sauce for us.
Okay.
So we're going to have these 2, and then what we did was, part of the recipe is 4 cans, 6.5 cans of minced clams, which is, we have that meat here, but we're not going to add that at this point. We're going to save that for the very last.
Okay.
If you add the clams too early, it'll make them rubbery, and you don't want to do that.
Nice
so that's the last minute thing.
Okay.
But what we did do was we took those 4 cans of clams and we strained the juice into this bowl.
Okay.
And so not only will you have your juice from your jarred clam juice, but you'll have the juice from the canned clam juice as well.
Okay.
So we're going to add that in here. This is going to help make the rest of our sauce come together. And then
juicy.
It is nice and juicy. And then we're going to turn the heat up, probably bring this to just a light boil, not anything heavy, just to get it good and heated.
Okay.
In the meantime, we'll have about an 1/8 of a teaspoon of basil. I don't ever measure anything, so I'm just going to put a little bit in there.
The great chefs never measure.
They
We eyeball.
They don't measure.
We can eyeball it.
Right. We're going to put probably a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. Just makes that a little bit better. And then we're going to add in some olive oil. About a 1/2 cup here.
Okay.
Okay, and so we're just going to, again, eyeball that, about a 1/2 cup. It's not a big deal. Right about in there. There we go. There, 1/2 cup. Now, as this comes to a little bit of a boil, we can also, if you like it a little spicier, you can add some crushed red pepper either now to your sauce, or you can wait and add it on top of your pasta at the end, which we'll do. We'll finish up at the last segment. But we're going to go ahead and get this going on the heat, and then when we come back, we're going to put it all together and maybe have a taste test. I think Joe's going to get that one. You're going to miss out.
You know what? Joe is going to have to contend with me for that as well, too. He'll have to save me some. Thank you so much. Can't wait to get this all together. It smells great. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back to Studio 10, finishing up kind of a twist on a holiday food. We're doing clam linguine. You wouldn't really think about this with Christmas, but you said it's good to surprise people.
It is. It is good. And while we were gone, you missed some of the sauce making, so you'll have to learn later.
Missed some of the sauce making. What did you do?
But we just add a little bit of some parsley, and we're going to add some more as a garnish later. What we're going to do now, as I was telling Danny, is we're just going to add the clams right here at the last little bit of this sauce. It's been kind of lightly boiling.
Okay.
And really, this is not to cook them. This is just literally to heat them a little bit, and then we're going to pour this over our pasta, just to show everybody that this is not meant to sit in there and cook. We're
Sure.
gonna let you help me there, and yeah.
We'll scrape some of that in there.
Thank you.
And by the way, this is Kathy. I don't think I introduced you to this segment. This is our friend Kathy here on Studio 10. Yay!
Yay. Okay, so now we have everything in the pot ready to go. And the only thing that we're going to do at this point is add everybody's favorite, some Parmesan cheese to the mix a little bit.
That is my favorite.
It's going to give it a little bit more thickness, whatever. Do you like spicy things, Joe?
Sure, sometimes.
Okay.
Depends
Well,
what
then
it is.
I'm going to let you add a little crushed red pepper, just a little bit, not too much, so we don't get our mouth on fire.
There we go.
And then we'll do some coarse black pepper on top. And the way you're going to dish this out is you're just going to serve this up on a plate, maybe add a little bit more Parmesan and some parsley to top it off. We'll take this, and you're good to go.
And you are good to go. We are getting the recipe online. It will be up shortly, so you can make this today or tomorrow for a twist on the usual holiday fare. Looks fantastic, smells great. Can't wait to try it out. Kathy, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right.